would like to welcome everyone to the Virginia Association of Counties Premier Partner Spotlight Series. I'm Dean Lynch, Executive Director of the Virginia Association of Counties. We are visiting with one of our Vaco Premier partners, the Berkley Group, in our Spotlight Series today to explore how their products and services can benefit Virginia counties in a variety of ways. We're proud to welcome Drew Williams, who is the CEO of the Berkley Group, to tell us how his organization is uniquely positioned to help Virginia counties deliver county services. Drew, good to have you with us. Can you tell us a little bit about the services that you provide to the counties in the Commonwealth?
Dean, thank you. First of all, I want to thank you and your staff for amazing leadership, particularly as we've all made our way through the last year and a half with COVID. It's really been a challenging time for everyone, but the Vaco team has gone above and beyond, as you guys always do, to be a leader and a resource for Virginia counties. So thank you for everything you do. Thanks again also for inviting me to speak with you today. My name is Drew Williams, and I'm a co-owner, along with Darren Coffey, of the Berkley Group, and I serve as the company's CEO. We're entering our 11th year in business and are a full-service resource for the counties throughout Virginia. And I'd like to talk with you today about three key areas where we support counties. And I'll start with our executive team, which focuses on providing interim administrator support, executive recruitment, facilitating board retreats, and also conducting organization assessments. We have a team of 25 managers who've spent pretty much their entire careers working in mostly Virginia local government. And it's just a wonderful, amazing group of professionals they have a passion for making local government the best it can be. And I want to share a story with you about a recruitment we recently completed. It was actually last year. Many of your partners and your folks will know Rue Harris and his leadership in Hanover County. And, we were really fortunate to be able to conduct the search to find his successor, which are big shoes to fill, but worked really closely with the Board of Supervisors to understand their needs along with the organization's needs. And we led the candidate interview process. We conducted background checks. We guided the board through the process really from start to finish. And it took really just about 2.5 months, which is extremely fast, to complete a search of that magnitude. And, we know everyone is busy, and it might sound really easy to conduct an executive search, but there's a lot of administrative work and time that we spend having discussions with candidates, negotiating with finalists, and the search teams that we have know the industry and they know the professionals throughout their own networks. A good number of our finalists in our searches are proactive reach outs to other professional colleagues that our managers just know. And that's just really a testament to the power of our managers' local government relationships. As many of your partners know, John Podesky was named the Hanover County Administrator, and we know the county's in good hands, and certainly wish John all the best as he's embarking on this next chapter in his professional career. So that's just a little bit about our kind of our executive team and an example of some of the ways we help them.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Question that I've got really, I guess, as far as the executive recruitment piece of what you do, is it just county administrators or county managers, or is it other top level administrators, maybe a deputy or maybe a chief CEO, or a chief finance officer or something to that effect?
Yeah, historically we've mostly been looking for the top seat, but we also have conducted searches at the department head level. We've helped some localities with finding a finance director, finding planning or community development directors. So it's certainly not exclusive to just the county administrator or that top executive. We kind of tell folks the search process is the search process. It's really about finding the right person with the quals, but also the right fit for the organization. And that's really what we focus our time on, regardless of what the position is. Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you, Dean.
Thanks. Now, Drew, I know you all are all over the state, with the executive recruitment and also providing some. You have a whole cadre of former county administrators serving as interims until counties can fill that position permanently. But you guys do a lot more than just executive recruitment. I know you're involved in the planning and other areas dealing with solar. Tell us a little bit more about your efforts in working with the planning and land use items in counties.
Yeah, thanks, Dean. That is one of the major areas that we do focus on and help serve counties. We have a team, as you mentioned, of experts in land use matters, planning, zoning, code enforcement, subdivisions, and we work on developing comprehensive plans, zoning and subdivision ordinances, and really work to tailor fit those land use tools to the specific county or locality that we're working for. We take a lot of time to get to know the community and what the issues are that are important to the citizens in those communities. We recently completed the board, I think it was just last week in Northampton County, just recently completed an update to their comprehensive plan. And, it was just really great to be working on the Eastern Shore. Citizens are so engaged and dedicated to ensuring that community is successful. And we always tell folks that when we come in to do a comprehensive plan, we're there to facilitate the process. We're there to make it as good as it can be. But, at the end of the day, it's not the Berkley Group's plan. It belongs to the community. And in Northampton County, we hosted a number of public workshops, had an extensive survey process, which also included a bilingual option, as 7% of the county's population is Hispanic. And the county is just really trying to balance job growth with infrastructure planning, promoting development, yet balancing it with the conservation of pretty fragile ecosystems, and maintaining agriculture and aquaculture that are big legacies and heritage of the county. So at the end of the day, it's taken all of these things, and the plan is really the intersection of them. But it really can be a plan that the community can be proud of, and help decision makers make decisions in the future. So we were really pleased to have that adopted recently, and it was just great working on the Eastern Shore.
Drew, specifically talking about the planning and land use piece that you all work in and working on comprehensive plans, how does a county actually procure services? What do they need to do?
That's a good point. Thanks, Dean, for bringing that up. Some counties will release RFPs, requests for proposals, requests for qualifications. We actually do have cooperative procurements in place that allow localities to hire us for a variety of non-professional services. And when I say non-professional services, I'm talking about how the Code of Virginia defines what's professional and non-professional. Professional services are pretty much anything you need to be licensed with DPOR. So apparently, if you're going to be a wrestler, you need to be licensed by DPOR to do that. So we don't provide wrestling services or boxing services or hairdressing services, but they're traditionally things like architecture and engineering that professional services are defined as. So our cooperative procurements, the work that we do is considered non-professional in nature, and those rider clauses that we have in some of our procurements can allow counties just to pick up the phone, give us a call, put us under contract, and we can hit the ground running.
Great. Yeah. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more. A little bit more about what you all do with the solar industry. Right now in Virginia, lots of discussion regarding solar and where to put solar, and can counties do it, the land use piece of it, the taxation piece of it, the finance piece, even the storage of solar generating equipment. Lots of issues there. And tell us how you all are involved in that and working with counties.
You're right. Solar has really emerged as a new land use in Virginia, and we have an environmental team that helps with those items. Commonwealth has really become a leader in the nation for creating solar facilities, and it's really popped up overnight. And localities, counties, primarily, discovered that it really wasn't addressed in their comp plans. It really wasn't addressed in their zoning ordinances, maybe except for the homeowner who wanted to put solar panels on their roof kind of situation, but definitely not at the scale that we're seeing applications come in today. So in accordance with state code, utility scale solar applications are supposed to go through what's called a 2232 review process, which requires public facilities to be substantially in accord with the comprehensive plan. While these are not publicly owned facilities, they are publicly regulated by the State Corporation Commission, which is the trigger for that requirement. And the Berkley Group has the expertise and experience to help the county conduct solar policy diagnostics to check to see, maybe where some additional language needs to be included in their comprehensive plan. Take a look at the zoning ordinance to see, where maybe that needs to be, where things need to be integrated there a little bit further. So we can assist with all of those types of services. And one of the examples I'll share is Charlotte County in Southside Virginia. They had been reviewing their applications in-house, but got a rather large application just last fall, and it was a 167 megawatt application situated on about 1,000 acres. And to complicate matters, it was spread out over 12 separate parcels under 3 different ownerships. And so it was pretty intricate. We reviewed the application for completeness, and then we're requesting additional information from the applicant. We reviewed the application to make sure that it was substantially in accord with the comprehensive plan, and then evaluated the project for compatibility with the county zoning ordinance, but also worked to develop site-specific use permit conditions, which included additional setbacks. We included the addition of a wildlife corridor, and really made some significant improvements to the decommissioning plan at the end of the life of the project. At the end, like 35 years from now, at the end of the when the solar facility would need to be decommissioned. We also looked at the revenue options. That fairly new provision that state code allows for localities to have a revenue option, and assisted with those negotiations as well. So at the end, when it was approved, when the application was approved, the applicant had provided the measures that the county really felt were needed to be comfortable with the project, to make sure it was a success and could be a real asset to the community. And that's really what we want to help counties and our clients achieve, is that solar, just like any other land use, is appropriately located and mitigates its impacts. That's what we expect any land use and any development to do when it's being considered. So, solar really is no different in that respect. It's a land use, and it needs to be appropriately located and mitigate the impacts that it's going to have. So that's kind of our approach about how we come into it.
Drew, we have here at Vaco, we've seen our counties since since the state is going away from fossil fuel energy, and we're looking more at solar, wind, different things like that. We've had all of our counties have been calling us and asking questions. We've been putting several webinars together on education, and on this whole new energy plan. And really, I want to thank you for being one of our leaders that we can count on at our annual conference and at regional meetings, to be able to give us some information on this technology regarding the solar, and we really appreciate that, and we hope that you will continue to do that going forward.
The need just continues to grow, and it's definitely a challenge that a lot of counties are grappling with. So we certainly appreciate those opportunities to provide that support, and really just be an extension of staff to counties that already have a lot of stuff on their plates, and when this comes up, when new things come up, it's really hard to kind of shift gears, and you want to make sure you're doing the right thing. We can be that resource for your members.
Drew, the Berkley, to sum up a little bit, the Berkley executive management, executive recruitment, more or less, and land use planning, also solar. And now I want to jump into a whole new topic. As you know, the federal government we have a lot of federal revenue coming in regarding the American Rescue Plan Act and coming into counties and looking for ways that we can do capital improvements, we can do infrastructure planning. We can actually have some revenue coming in to pay for a lot of things that we have never been able to raise revenue for in the past. How is the Berkley Group going to help counties, I guess, work through the process of how to spend those federal dollars?
Yeah, you're right, Dean. Localities find themselves in a really unusual circumstance right now by having a lot of money, which is the opposite of how local governments historically operate. Localities are not used to having too much money. It's really unheard of. So it's unique. It's a challenge. It's and it's definitely a challenge that localities are going to have to figure out, and we want to help them do that too. And we're still waiting for the final rule to come out. From Treasury, we're expecting that to come out in the middle of July, and it's still kind of a bit of a moving target. But I think the latest is that localities will need to obligate the ARPA funding. This is coming on the backs of all the CARES money that we got last year, but the ARPA funding that's coming out now needs to be obligated by the end of 2024. And it looks like it will have to be expended by the end of 2026. But again, still a bit of a moving target. And, localities have been, of course, looking at their CIPs, trying to figure out where the best ways to spend these funds will be. And certainly the Berkley Group and our partners can help communities develop that roadmap and take the pressure off of managing kind of all aspects of dealing with the project by offering things like community engagement, working with the boards and commissions on coming up with a plan, a prioritized plan, considering and looking at what maybe are the best returns on investments, the best ROIs for how they can spend this money. It's really an opportunity for, there's not a lot of strings attached with this money either. So it's an opportunity for localities to really invest in themselves and figure out kind of what they want to be and how they can, where they can go in the future. So it can implement a lot of great things for localities. But we can also help with the project management component towards as we're going through the process. And then the program management, staff, like I've been saying, is always really busy. There's always lots of things to go on. Having to navigate the federal funding requirements is a challenge. And we have team members that can help navigate all of those aspects. So it's a unique opportunity. It's a really great opportunity for localities to invest in themselves in ways that they've not been able to do before. But it takes some thinking, it takes some discussion and planning, and then making sure all those boxes get checked that make Uncle Sam happy.
Drew, here at Vaco, we really appreciate your partnership and your professional expertise in all these areas. And really, we're looking forward to working with you on this whole ARPA, the whole ARPA money revenue situation. And hopefully that you can provide a lot of support for some of our counties around the state, that may not have that expertise in-house. So, that'll be great. That'll be great. Do you have any closing remarks that you'd like to put forward and tell us a little bit more, anything else about the Berkley Group?
Dean, we're really honored to be a premier partner with Vaco. We really value that relationship. As many of your folks know, we're a Virginia-based local government consulting firm with over 40 employees. While we're only in our 11th year, we're still a fairly young company, but we bring our staff brings over 1,000 years of local government, directly working for local government experience. And, we kind of joke it's probably more than 1,000 years, but we don't want to age ourselves too much. But because of that experience, we really do have a unique perspective in understanding the challenges that local governments face, because we've been on that side of the table and we understand that there are lots of challenges there. Public service is a really high calling, and all of our staff understand that, and proudly serve counties throughout Virginia. As we've kind of mentioned here, we provide a vast array of services to localities, from comp plan updates to facilitating executive searches. But there's a lot of things in between too. We recognize that local government is changing and the demand for services is increasing. So I'd invite your members to learn more about us at www.bgllc.net. There's information there about how to contact us. And we look forward to starting conversations with your members about their issues and challenges and developing unique solutions that work for them. So again, thanks to you and your staff, Dean, for everything that you all do. And I have to say, we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in person again for the conference this fall in November in Norfolk. And, we've missed seeing everybody in person, and looking forward to getting back to seeing everybody.
Drew, thank you for being here. And just to let all of our listeners know that you can also reach Berkley Group by going to our website, our homepage. We have a Premier Partner site that focuses on Berkley and how to get in touch with them. But for me, just, I don't know if anybody can see this, but I've got a little yellow sticky here that's got your number that I always keep right here on my computer, because you're usually my first call when a county is looking for executive recruitment or executive management. It's good to be able to reach out to you. And that's your cell phone number too, just to let you know.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you, Dean.
But I'd like to really, thank you and thank Berkley for being a part of this Vaco Premier Partner Spotlight and bringing all this great information to our county members about the tools that your organization can provide to our counties across the state. And again, we appreciate yours. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Berkley, for being here.